We're seeing them absolutely everywhere. You cannot leave your house without seeing a store. It's everywhere. It's almost like a virus. As soon as the turkey and stuffing are gone, this comes out absolutely everywhere. You can't even go get hardware at a store without seeing this crap everywhere. Some people are under the impression that Christmas has just always been a thing, and that couldn't be any further from the truth. Let's take a little walk, shall we? Christmas has only been around in the United States since around the late 1800s. A guy named Washington Irving reinvented what Christmas was and really brought it to the forefront. Christmas is a huge commercial adventure, we'll call it. How's that? But in the last couple of years, we've seen some really crazy stuff going on in America. And there's just no two ways about that, unless, of course, you're one of the hypnotized, heads down, electronic device staring at sheeple. You've noticed what's going on. And I cannot help but refer back to the Gothard Tunnel ritual that happened in June of 2016, when these guys clearly made a declaration that they were coming out of the shadows and that this was the way that the entire humanity was going, whether we liked it or not. And it appears there really wasn't very much outcry, even though several mainstream media outlets describe this entire thing as incredibly demonic and incredibly satanic. Most people, for the most part, didn't see this coming at all. This was the opening of a tunnel. This was a public works celebration, and it was attended by some of the largest Illuminati luminaries in the business, Angela Merkel, so forth and so on, the president of France. We've gone over it ad nauseum. But why am I showing you this right now? Well, you see this right here? This was one of the things in this giant ritual that caught my eye, this upside down tree. I'm showing you this for a reason. If you're a follower of all things esoteric and all things strange, you realize that Netflix came out with a show called Stranger Things, which was basically a retelling of the Montauk Project, and they made it acceptable because they put a lot of 80s nostalgia into it, and people my age and younger really got into it. But again, this is what I want your attention drawn to. As above, so below. We've seen it everywhere. These guys love using it. For those of you that haven't followed me for a very long time, this is a video I took myself of the Satanic headquarters in Salem, Massachusetts, and this is the giant 9-foot statue of Baphomet that I took. You know, and of course he's embracing the children. He's got the as above, so below symbol going on. Why am I showing you this, and what does it have to do with Christmas? Stand by. In June 2016, I made a big deal about this video. Everybody made a big deal about this video. Opening up this underground tunnel was a big deal, and the ritual that accompanied it was serious. It was no joke, and it was them telling us which way they were going to push humanity, and that's exactly what they're doing. But again, take note of the upside down tree right here, because it's bad enough that every single year they get everybody to participate in an event that was always known as Saturnalia. I've covered this topic over the years. Everybody's covered this topic over the years. Saturnalia was basically an enormous celebration that you were allowed to rape, rob, and pillage, and murder, and get away with it. It was all in honor of the god Saturn. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy to see, but what they've done is they've changed it over into a celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ, when if you really do any studying, you'll probably come up to the fact that Jesus was born on September 11th, and it would make sense because every year on September 11th, whether we're involved or not, whether they allow us to know or not, they do an enormous ritual. We've seen some of them out in the open, but they're always doing it. That's just my opinion, but on that one, I'll digress. Now, again, for the last time, why am I bringing everyone's attention to the Gothard Tunnel ritual one more time? The giant upside down tree. And if you watch it, you can see that the tree's actually taking root. They wanted us to see this. The giant Ouroboros goes around it, so forth and so on. Couldn't be more demonic, or could it? This is what they're pushing now. This is what they're pushing. The upside down Christmas tree is trendy again, and people are flipping out over it. And it's being pushed everywhere. So not only are you breaking God's law by bringing a tree into your house and decorating it in silver and gold, now people are inverting it. They're literally inverting the tree and doing, I mean, this looks like the completion. They're going to try to see how many people they can get to draw in to honor the evil spirits of Saturnalia and bring it right into your house. Amazon's one of the biggest pushers of all this stuff that there is. People look at it as a convenience when it couldn't be further from the truth. There's no two ways about it. You can candy coat it, you can sugar coat it any way you want. Putting a tree into your house is doing a ritual, decorating it in silver and gold, and then finally inverting the tree. It would seem that the Ouroboros is complete. Don't do it. Do not do it. Refrain. Walk away. You don't have to make a big stink about it. You don't have to go into the World Trade Centers. You don't have to talk about, Sandy Hook and the world is flat and all this other stuff. Just walk away. These people are almost done. I think that we as humanity, we are in for a serious ride in 2018. And before 2018 shows up, they're going to get as many people to engage in this ritual as possible, inverting their Christmas trees, giving Saturnalia that much more power. We're in some crazy times right now. When you see stuff like this and it starts coming to fruition, it's amazing. They do this ritual. They basically danced and showed everything that they want to see happen. Have you ever seen so much robot, AI, transgender? It's absolutely unreal. And now, suddenly, out of the blue, war drums are beating louder again.